are in the business of smiles, stars, likes, shares, hearts, and recommendations. Your customers are always connected, they're mobile, and when they're happy, you're happy. You're not happy. Because Cliff here isn't happy, and yet to get a response, he's progressively getting more unhappy. But what if you had Salesforce? With Salesforce, service responds the first time, thanks to an intelligent platform that easily adapts to the latest technology. So when an issue arises, you know about it. There to help at every step, delivering one-to-one conversational service with a 360-degree view of each customer, so agents are smarter and more predictive, discovering the details of every sale. Case history, marketing messages that pique the customer's interest, and suggested solutions. They're more productive, quickly connecting with technicians in the field and the customer to solve issues faster, like showing Cliff how to navigate to solutions in the customer community, even rewarding him with a discount on that line of French presses he's interested in. Now your service agent's a trailblazer, Cliff's a brand ambassador, and you watch your business grow right from your phone. Deliver faster, smarter, more personalized service with Salesforce.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Salesforce for Service Cloud keynote. Appreciate you all joining. This is a nice, cozy winter campground setting here. But first, a word from our lawyers. Salesforce is a publicly traded company. This presentation is going to contain some forward-looking statements. We ask that you make all purchase decisions based on currently available technology. Did I sound like a lawyer? I am definitely not a lawyer. I am Meredith Flynn-Ripley. I'm the VP of Messaging for Service Cloud, and I'm new to the Salesforce Ohana. My company was acquired by Salesforce earlier this year, so this is my first presentation. And it means a lot to me to be here and doing it in New York because I was born and raised in Pelham Manor, New York, up in Westchester County. Married in Central Park. My father grew up in the Bronx, and so it means a lot to my parents to be here, and it means a lot. It's very special to be here today. And it really is all about you, our customers. At Salesforce, we travel the world learning what our customers are experiencing, what problems are they having, how can we solve those problems for them. And it's inspiring to hear about your leaders, your employees who are face-to-face with customers every day, and the things that we are accomplishing together. Using the Salesforce platform, your customers have served over 50 million articles per day, knowledge articles per day. Your customers are participating in a community of almost 90 million. Think about it as the world's largest crowdsourced call center and service center. And you're serving 1.4 billion live agent requests per day. This is all translating into huge amounts of customer satisfaction increases. On average, you've reported back to us that there's a 29% increase in customer satisfaction, which is amazing when most companies are only trying to do a 2 to 3% customer satisfaction improvement. And this is happening because our platform is built for innovation. We deliver 3 products a year that are filled with the features and the functionality that you've told us you want, solving the problems that you've asked us to help you solve. Of note, Field Service Lightning, you told us we needed to arm more than the contact center agents with the tools and the information to make them more productive. So Field Service Lightning is a mobile-first, offline-first solution for all of your workers, for all of your employees, not just your agents. Because of you, we have been awarded the leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for customer engagement for the 8th year in a row, which is pretty amazing. And this is an award that not only rewards companies for vision and innovation, but also for the ability to execute. So it's a pretty prestigious honor, and we thank you for that. We really want to thank all of you, our customers, everyone here, everyone who's on the webinar, and for all of your team members who aren't here today, because we can't do this without you. You've inspired us, you've challenged us, and together we are really blazing trails. I also want to thank the partners in our ecosystem. There are over 3,000 apps in the App Exchange that are all geared towards customer service. And together we are innovating. It's a thriving, vibrant ecosystem. And so if you're sitting here thinking today, should I build my product within Salesforce? Absolutely, if you want to be exposed to some amazing customers. So I think everyone understands, we all understand, mobile has changed our world. We all have a device in our hands that can give us instant information, and we expect that of the companies that we do business with. So the bars are being raised higher and higher all the time. And it's all about engaging with them on their terms, and it's been an evolution starting from the phone. We can't ignore the power of messaging. In fact, there are 80 billion messages served every day from just a handful of the apps. SMS, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp are behind that stat. And so I'd ask everyone here, wouldn't you prefer to text to the 800 number that you have to call your company on? Raise your hand if you'd prefer that. Okay, we are about what the average stats show. 67% of today's customers would prefer to message versus talk to companies on the phone. And that's an amazing stat. I would also say, how many of you have sent a text message even in the first 5 minutes of this? I won't take offense. I'm certainly coming from the messaging world, but it's something that we do every day. And why can't we do it with the companies we do business with? There is this huge gap today. Really, think about it. Contact centers were called call centers because it was all built around the phone. And get through that phone call as fast as possible, move on to the next one. Yet, we're all communicating in these never-ending conversations that ebb and flow. And how do you really bridge this gap? It's a hard, complex technical problem. But Salesforce is solving this. Their history is all about delivering very simple solutions to complex problems. And the Service Cloud world is delivering conversational service today. It is bridging that gap today, and you can turn on this feature and functionality immediately in the platform. And it covers the spectrum. We have high-touch conversations of people communicating with people, messaging, video chatting. We're going to show you that today. And then we have no-touch conversations, messaging with bots, or the billions of devices that are out there that are sending smart signals into your contact center. It's a whole spectrum, and we enable it all through installations of software and configurations. So welcome to Salesforce for Service, really the first and only customer service platform that's enabling conversational service today. And we do it in 3 ways: through personalized conversations, using messaging, video chat, whatever the channel of your customer's choice. And we're doing it intelligently through the power of Einstein. And it's all about connecting all aspects of your business. The employees, your agents, your customers, the devices, all bringing them together. So we're going to share with you some customer trailblazing stories. We're going to give you examples of each of the ways that conversational service can be delivered today. And we're going to start with personalized service and talk about the features that Salesforce offers today, and also share with you some of our customer successes. So near and dear to my heart is obviously Salesforce Live Message. This is the company that I co-founded and ran, and it was all about enabling and unlocking a messaging channel in your contact center easily. And this is a channel, by the way, that quickly becomes 8, 10, 15% of all inbound communication in a matter of weeks. You're going to hear a little bit about that firsthand. It's all about engaging on any messaging app of your customer's choice. We started with SMS because it's ubiquitous, but we are now happy to announce Facebook Messenger capabilities today. So you can let your customers text to the 800 numbers they call you on. They can initiate a one-to-one personalized Facebook Messenger conversation in a matter of a day. You're up and running in a day. In the world of messaging, you may be hearing about bots a lot. And they go hand in hand, but we really look at it across that spectrum of high touch to no touch. So we enable what we call Service Cloud bots. And again, this is all in your platform that you have in your contact center today. So you can actually configure automated questions. So when customers are messaging in, they can be asked simple questions that make the agent's interactions more productive immediately. We're going to share with you an example of that. And then we also enable a bring your own bot program, a new take on BYOB, where You, because we are an open platform and we have APIs available, can take the live message API and integrate whatever third-party bot provider you would like to bring into that rich messaging conversation in Salesforce. We also have Lightning Console, which is about making your agents happier, more productive, streamlining, giving them more productivity tools for a 360-degree view, and again, powered by Einstein for those proactive, preemptive recommendations. And then we have the Lightning Snap-ins. Many of you have apps and websites. With our Snap-ins, you can enable your customers to reach you on any channel. And I think you heard this earlier if you were at Mark's keynote, that the TurboTax app is a great example. They've enabled 1 million SOS video chat sessions in the last year's tax season, and we expect them to do much more this year. This is all about people engaging. I was in a Starbucks yesterday, in a crowded Starbucks, and there was a woman FaceTiming right next to me, crowd of people around her. But this is the way we're communicating, and we expect to communicate this way with our businesses, companies we do business with. So now I'm really excited to show you and share with you one of our customer trailblazers, Newell Brands, very large consumer goods company. They are powering 15 of their brands with live message and conversational service. And it's all about driving this frictionless consumer experience. We're going to share with you an example of how the iconic brand Crock-Pot is extending into Facebook Messenger, and we'll share with you a Service Cloud bot experience. So I'm going to go to the demo. So this is Todd Kane. He's on his mobile phone, and he is ordering a new Crock-Pot. You'll see in the checkout process, you often might be exposed to getting a delivery notification via messaging. It's the more traditional way of thinking about messaging, but it's really only half of what you could be delivering. So Todd's a big Facebook Messenger fan, so he's going to choose Messenger for his alerts instead of SMS. And now Todd is going to be alerted via messaging when that Crock-Pot is going to be arriving at his home. So he goes into his Facebook Messenger app, and the order is scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Unfortunately, it arrives damaged. So he's going back into his app, and he's letting them know he's having an issue. The Service Cloud bot immediately pulls up the last order to make sure this is the right order we're talking about. The bot offers to send a replacement. Todd says yes, but his wife realizes he ordered the wrong one. She wants the Wi-Fi enabled Crock-Pot. So this is where Todd is saying, I'd like the Wi-Fi Crock-Pot. Can I get that, please? This is the Service Cloud bot, which is a rules-based bot, is realizing this is too complex. And so they're going to be connecting Todd to a Service Cloud agent. So they let Todd know that. And we're going to stop for a minute because think about it. This is how you typically see messaging. You get these alerts, they pop up, but then if you're asked to do anything different, they tell you to call them. And nobody wants to call. They want to continue to message. So now we're going to take you to what the agent will see on the other end. So here we are. You can use Omni-Channel Routing to route that customer, Todd in this case, to the right agent, to the right skilled agent. So up in the right-hand corner, you're seeing the Todd message, and the agent starts the conversation. Immediately, the agent will be able to see that there's been a bot exchange. So Agent Scott can quickly get up to speed, can realize that this is someone who wants to change their order, and we want to get them a Wi-Fi enabled Crock-Pot. So the agent can immediately be productive. We haven't tasked them with any kind of mundane information gathering. And Agent Scott confirms, yep, here's a Wi-Fi Crock-Pot. Here's a picture of that Crock-Pot. Is this the right model? Todd says, yes, this is the right model. This will work out very well. And so confirms that. I want to draw your attention to the top of the screen. You'll see at the top, we'll zoom in a little bit here, that there are multiple live message sessions happening. And this is a combination of Facebook, of SMS, of some international SMS as well. And this is because the nature of messaging is very bursty. Think about how we message today. You might get into some rapid-fire exchanges, and then there'll be some lulls. You might walk away from the phone, or something else has gone on. And that's the same of messaging with businesses. And so because of it, we see, on average, an agent can handle 7 live message sessions simultaneously. And combined with the fact that the cost of a live message session is half to 25% of the cost of a phone call, that translates into a huge and positive return on investment at the same time that you're delighting your customer. So back to the conversation. We've now confirmed and the right crock pot is on the way. Excuse me. And so Todd now has a immediately available conversation. This is a never-ending conversation. The agent wants to end the conversation by sharing a recipe and shares a recipe with a picture. But think about it. 3 weeks from now, Todd can go into his app, and if he wants to have a conversation with Crockpot on another topic, he can start that conversation. So this is a quick little snapshot to show you how you can implement this today. It's an out-of-the-box solution, and really start delighting your customers and enjoying some significant return on investment. So I want to thank our demo guys over there, David and Mike, for the Crockbot demo. Thanks, guys. Back to the North Pole. So I don't know if you're like me, but I have not finished all my holiday gift shopping. We're very thankful to have Newell as a customer, and we're especially thankful that they were very generous and have offered everyone attending the New York World Tour a 25% off discount on a crock pot. So I ask that if you're interested, please take a picture, enter that promo code or use that bit.ly link, and you can get 25% off a crock pot up until right before, I think, December 23rd is how long the promotion off is lasting. But crockpots are one of the top holiday gift-giving ideas, actually. So I hope you help spread the holiday cheer with some crockpots. And thank you again, Newell, for your generosity. So now I would like to bring up, you've heard from one customer trailblazer. We actually have a very early, one of our first live message customer trailblazers, Douglas Jones from NCR.
Hi.
Hey, Doug.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming here.
No worries.
By the way, you guys have to notice this. Check out Doug's sneakers.
I have the best shoes in the world.
They have Salesforce Clouds, Chuck Taylors. Awesome.
Custom Chucks.
So, Doug, it'd be great if you could talk to the folks here and share with them what were you thinking of, what was in your mind when you were first talking to Live Message, and why were you interested in a messaging channel in your contact center?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. We all have been looking at different things while we're sitting here. We're always hypertasking. My customers do the same thing. I wanted to be able to engage them in a different way, and being able to text directly, that offers them a direct connection with me. On the flip side, as a business owner, I want to make sure that I'm having a higher utilization rate of my agents. One customer, one phone call means one agent. One agent and text messaging means I can have them using multiple sessions at one time, which drives value back into my business. When I went to deploy, I wanted to be able to do it within 5% uptick within 90 days. We got to 10% reduction in calls because of the text messaging, as you know, within 60 days. And it's been going up ever since.
So I think we were all amazed at that result because you were truly a pioneer for Live Message. And that was with no marketing, by the way.
Zero
right?
marketing.
That was just putting that number out there and letting customers
Putting on the end of an email string.
Right. So share with us some of your customer feedback. How did your customers react to this?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. The first day was like Christmas. We had so many different text messages. My favorite one of all was someone asking us if we were actually a bot or not. And he said, if you're not a bot, tell me how to do the whip and nay-nay. I kid you not, it happened. And the agent, he says, hey, what do I do? What do I do? Because we didn't write this down. We didn't have a script. I said, well, send him the Vimeo video. So we did, and the guy replied back. It was a fantastic experience. We've had nothing but kudos from all of our customers because we're able to engage them in so many different ways, not just for them coming to us, but us sending them things, engaging on a totally different platform.
And what's on the roadmap for you in terms of messaging and contact centers?
Oh my gosh, that's a big thing. So we rolled out Facebook Messenger. We were one of the first a couple of weeks ago. So that's actually starting right now. We're engaging with our sales group to make sure that they're engaging that direction as well. But we're also looking at seeing how we can use this internally to be able to go back and forth versus using your traditional instant messages or other pieces. Maybe that can really help us find some other value and some additional cost savings.
Well, thank you so much for being a great customer, Doug. You've been blazing lots of trails before they even came up with the term trailblazer.
Exactly.
And we thank you for coming
Thank
up
you
here
so
and
much.
joining us. We're
Thanks,
going to be at the
guys.
live message lounge later. Doug will be there too if people want to talk more. Thanks, Doug. So we've just talked about and heard firsthand about personalized service, but there's more. There's intelligent service, connected service. And I'm very excited to bring up a colleague, Mark Abramowitz, who is the VP of Product Marketing from Marketing Cloud. He's also a fellow New Yorker. And he's going to share with us, through the eyes of Coca-Cola, the world's #1 brand, how you can deliver connected and intelligent service.
All right. Thanks, Meredith. I spend a lot of time talking to customer service executives. And what I hear time and time again is one of the biggest challenges that they're having in their organization in the contact center is the amount of data that's flowing through and into the organization. And whether that be case data coming from phone or email or the web, or CTI data from their CTI from their call system, or workforce management, there's just so much data coming through into the contact center that they're struggling. And what they're struggling with is they know that in those conversations that are happening with their customers is something significant, a nugget of insight that might be able to transform their business, change the way they sell, improve their products, or even change the way that they're delivering service. And so they need help, and they need something like artificial intelligence and Einstein. They need Einstein to go in there and find that significant piece of information, to find that nugget that can really help them move their business forward. And fortunately, your advantage is that Einstein is built right into the customer success platform. It's right there waiting for you. And what that means, if you think about it, is that every employee in your business, and specifically for service, those agents, the managers, the supervisors, they have their own personal data scientist that's there to help them do their job better. And what that means for service is predicting case close time. It's classifying those cases automatically for them. It's suggesting responses to agents and customers and anybody who's looking for help. When I talk to an agent on the phone, and as a consumer, it happens periodically, you can hear right away that they want to help. It's the nature of who they are and why they got into this business in the first place. And so you start to have that conversation, and invariably, you get that question. And the question is, excuse me, but can I put you on hold so I can do some research? And you really have no choice because you want your issue resolved. And then they spend a few minutes listening to some music and maybe doing something else on your computer while you're waiting. And they come back and they say, sorry, but I need a few more minutes. I think the question is, what they're doing while they're doing research is they're logging into some different systems. They're swiveling between monitors and computers, and maybe they're looking at spreadsheets to try and figure out ultimately who you are, what your relationship is with their business, and what issues or cases you might have had in the past. And so they're struggling. And what they need is the intelligent service console to bring all the information they need, whether it be sales or service or marketing information, into a single place to help them get back to doing what they really want to do, which is helping you solve your problem. It used to be that managers spend a lot of time working through spreadsheets. They got all this data coming into the contact center. Again, it could be cases, call data, workforce data, sales information that they might be looking at, and they're spending their time in spreadsheets, lots of rows, lots of columns, and really struggling to figure out what's going on, what trends are happening, and how do they improve the efficiency within their contact center. And so they need service wave analytics, because service wave analytics is a way to visualize all that data, connect it to the service operation, and help those managers make faster decisions, and help them get back to doing what they really want to do, which is coaching their agents, empowering their agents, and delivering proactive customer service. Customers want to help themselves. They want to be able to for the most part, go online on their own time, on their own terms, and find answers to their problems. Whether they're on their phone, they're on the couch, they're during their commute, they want to do this on their terms. And they need a community. They need the community cloud powered by Einstein, because they're also struggling with data. There's so much information out there. There's so many options as to how to get help. And so they need Einstein in the community, because Einstein knows who they are. knows the relationship they have with the business, and can recommend articles and answers to some of their questions. Einstein can help automate, if need be, the escalation of cases and make it really easy. And these communities can be rolled out really, really fast in just a couple of days. Mark runs service and sales for Coca-Cola Refreshments. And Coca-Cola Refreshments is the largest bottler in North America for Coca-Cola. And in my conversations with him, he relates how complex his B2B environment really is. Because if you think about it, Coca-Cola sells and services through hotels, through restaurants, through stadiums, through 7-Eleven chains, through gas stations. In fact, if you think about it, it's really, not only is there nowhere in America, I don't think you could not find Coca-Cola, but they're everywhere in the world. And he came to us and said, in my complex B2B world, I need your help. I need your help figuring out what's happening in these millions of conversations I'm having with customers. And so we're going to take a listen and a look at what Coca-Cola has been doing with Salesforce to bring sales and service together on a single platform.
Every customer is the most important customer. Think about our business. We sell 1.9 billion drinks a day. Good companies have to be on the front foot. They have to understand the expectations of the modern customer, the speed they want, the data and intelligence that they want to see, the help they want with their business to grow. That means full integration with our customers. That's how we win. That's our magic.
Today, we live in fascinating times. Technology is driving immense change. And I think it's exciting that we embrace that, making certain that our customers always have good experiences.
If you think about our sales department and service departments, if you want to use old terminology, they were kind of different departments working sort of in silos. There was communication, but it wasn't fully integrated. And that was a big gap for us.
I was personally amazed when I got exposed to Service Cloud and Salesforce.
It's allowing us to have a more expansive conversation, real time with the customer.
Previously, our call center agents were just taking calls that were around issues of things that weren't working well. Today, they've been trained no different than a sales associate. They have significant information in front of them that now even allows them to create sales. So we've really brought team-based selling to life.
I can take an order, I can take a case, I can take everything. As an agent, I can handle you, Mr. Customer, your request in one-stop shop.
All the information they need is right there at their fingertips. A total 360-degree view of our customer.
So we are seeing this increase in our agent passion.
When we are able to move at a faster rate of speed, we win and our customers win. When we're able to place new equipment, we're able to quickly drive sales. It's good for the customer, it's good for us.
Something as simple as delivering a cooler. That fragmented process sometimes took months in the past. Today, with Salesforce for Service and Field Service Lightning, we get that work done in less than 72 hours.
Once it's placed, they can check immediately on the box, let the whole team know that it's there.
With the Internet of Things, we're making these devices smart and intelligent to send us data.
So our customers can then receive SMS messages around product's been ordered, product's on its way. It can be merchandised correctly, and we're up in business so much faster than before.
It's always about connecting with the customer. And one of the things that we know is important is personalization.
Salesforce and our Customer One platform enable us to identify the specific needs of individual customers and groups of customers.
This technology allows us to know that their business is going to spike. We give them that information and ensure that they're in stock when they need to be with the right brands. So it's taken us from a transactional relationship between Coca-Cola and a customer to a true business partnership, and they love that.
And when you really look at where we're at, our digital journey has just started. I think that the fun times are ahead of us, and Salesforce is going to be a big part of it.
Terrific story from Coca-Cola about how they've integrated sales and service into a single platform to drive more proactive and intelligent service with their customers. So now we're going to jump over and take a look at a demo of and a vision for how Coca-Cola is doing that. So we're going to tell a story of Martha. Martha is the owner of Sunset Markets, which is a retail outlet. And Martha is a great customer of Coca-Cola. And during the morning rush, she received an update, a proactive message from Coca-Cola giving her an update on her upcoming order. And the timing of this couldn't be better, because Martha has been selling a lot of Coca-Cola during the holiday season, and she wants to change her order and increase it. But not only that, she's also had a bit of an issue with one of her coolers. And so she's going to, with live message going back and forth with Coca-Cola, she can jump right back into that SMS conversation and give that feedback. I want to change my order, and I want some help on this cooler. And because these are pretty straightforward questions, Coca-Cola can respond very quickly saying, of course you can change your order. Here's your updated tracking number, but also suggest an article or a help article that might get Martha started. As soon as she clicks on that link, she goes into the My Coke community. And this is Community Lightning Bolt. Makes it really easy for everyone to build branded mobile communities just like this. And what's new is that Einstein is in this community. And Einstein knows who Martha is, knows about the relationship that she has with Coca-Cola, what past orders, assets, the product mix that's been going through, and Einstein can recommend articles. And so let's take a look at this suggestion here. And Martha's tried some of these things before, and she's in a rush because she's got the lunch rush coming through, and she really needs her issue taken care of as quickly as possible. So fortunately for her, embedded right here in this community using Service Cloud snap-ins are the channels that Coca-Cola delivers service on. It could be email, it could be SMS. In this case, Martha has chosen to use video chat, to use SOS to communicate directly in real time with the contact center. As soon as she connects, all of her information is going to come up in the Service Cloud console. And the console is the place that brings together the sales, the service, the marketing, any of that information that an agent might need to solve a case. And it's configurable for your business using the power of the platform. And so in this case, what do we see? We can see in the top left here, we've got some contact information for Martha. We can see some coolers or assets that have been installed. And down at the bottom, we see sales order breakdown. Now, this is where sales and service are coming together in the console to help Patrick, our agent, understand what the previous orders have been like. Okay, good. So we got a little bit of insight. As we roll over to the right side of the console, this is where Einstein comes into play. So Einstein is in the console predicting how long it's going to take to close this case based on other information that's living in Salesforce and case history. 2 hours. I'm pretty sure Patrick's going to beat that 2 hours. As we scroll down, Einstein's also providing insights into some of the interactions that have already happened. This knowledge article, and it shows that Martha has looked at this just a few minutes ago. And this is important because I think often it's very frustrating to do some self-service, look at a knowledge article, and then contact the contact center, and you're asked to do the same steps you've already done. Patrick's not going to do that because he can see that Martha's already looked at this article. Then we can see the transcript from that live message conversation we just had. And as we scroll down, we see Einstein making an appearance again and creating an upsell opportunity here, looking at sales and service information together. Martha's eligible for another cooler, an upgraded cooler, to double the amount of products you can put on display. And so this is really important of how Coca-Cola is changing the relationship their agents have with their customers. Their agents are not only solving problems, but they're turning into true business partners to drive the business forward. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at what that conversation, that live video conversation looks like. And helping out Patrick in the back there is going to be Matt Kane, will be impersonating Martha.
Hi, Martha. I see that you've been checking out knowledge articles around troubleshooting your cooler. Is there something I can do to help you with that?
Hey, Patrick. Yeah, I just can't seem to close the door on my cooler. I think it's caught on something, but I can't figure out why. Can you help me?
Absolutely, happy to help with that. If you click right here on your phone, that'll turn on the camera, and we can take a look at that. Oh, I like what you've done with your hair, Martha.
Thanks, Patrick. It's my winter look. Want to see the cooler?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm trying to close it. It doesn't seem to close.
Okay. What can happen sometimes with that cooler is that the latch can actually get stuck and prevent the front door from closing. Can you check out the latch, see if it's maybe in the up position?
Yup, that's it. There we
go.
go.
Outstanding. Glad we could help you with that. I also see that you've been ordering an extra amount of Coke lately, and you're actually eligible for a cooler upgrade. Would you be interested in me initiating that upgrade?
Yeah, that'd be great. I was actually messaging with someone earlier today about that.
Oh, terrific. Well, I'm happy to do that, and I'll let your account manager know. Thank you,
Awesome.
Martha.
Thanks a lot, Patrick.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Patrick. And so think about how hard that issue would have been to resolve without the live video chat, pointing out issues with the cooler and trying to fix that. And what we hear from customers like Intuit who have deployed SOS is that they're able to solve cases 50% faster than without the live video chat. But the conversation doesn't stop there. Let's get back to the console and let's finish this off. And so with that cooler upgrade opportunity, Patrick, with one click, is going to run a macro. And that macro is going to close the case, change the case status, create an opportunity, and notify the account manager, all with one click. And so that is the power of bringing sales and service together into the console and delivering intelligent service powered by Einstein. But we know that service doesn't end in the contact center and only happen in the contact center. It happens out in the field as well. Most of you in the room probably have a mobile workforce or field technicians that go out and fix machinery. And they need to stay connected to the business. They need to stay connected to the sales, the service, the marketing, the contact center information to do their job. And so, short story, I had a technician show up at my house a few days ago to fix a dishwasher. They showed up on time, which is a great start. They started looking around, tinkering around with the dishwasher, and within a few minutes of looking into it, unfortunately, he came to me and said, you know what? I'm not the right guy to fix this problem. I don't have the right skills, and it doesn't look like I have the right part. And you're like, that's very disappointing. And so what did he do? He went out into the truck, made a phone call, and we had to reschedule. But that's why we built Field Service Lightning, and that's why we built intelligent scheduling and dispatch into Field Service Lightning, is to make sure that the right person with the right skills and the right parts show up at your customer's residence or your customer's business. And two, when that technician or mobile worker is there, they're armed with a mobile application that helps them be super productive. They can update work information, and they're connected back to the business at all times. So any changes they make are immediately reflected in front of the contact center folks, and vice versa, in an effort to deliver an amazing experience. And so think about that scenario we just walked through with the refrigerator or the cooler. What if that cooler could have detected on its own that it had a problem and reached out and created a case and proactively started the customer service experience without Martha even knowing? So that's what the power of IoT Cloud for Service is, to be able to monitor all the millions or billions of connected products that are out there, monitor those products for events and irregularities in those systems, and proactively reach out, start the case process, create a work order, and automatically dispatch someone to a site if that piece of machinery needs fixing. And so we're going to jump back in here and do part 2 of our demo. So we're back inside Salesforce, and Patrick, helping me again, is a supervisor, and this is the Omni-Channel Supervisor view. And the Omni-Channel Supervisor view gives you insight, a real-time insight and actionable insight into what's happening in your contact center. You can see what's happening with your agents, with your queues, and with your work. And so at a high level, we've got some wave analytics components across the top, channels, capacity, availability. But as we scroll down, we see that Jacob is our first agent here. He's available, and what's he been doing, when was his last login, but we can see what queue he's monitoring, and that's the IoT queue, which means the cases that Jacob is working were created from some sort of connected device, one of the millions of connected products from Coca-Cola, proactively created that case, started a work order, and dispatched a technician out to the Sunrise Market. So right now, we're going to switch over and take a look at what that experience is for the field technician. So in this case, we're telling the story of Melissa. Melissa is an experienced technician for Coca-Cola, and with Field Service Lightning, she's armed with this mobile application that's an iOS native app that's built offline first and keeps her connected to the business at all times. She is intelligently routed. She can get directions. She's got some contact information about who she's going to be helping. But really important here is there's some collaboration as we look at this, some connection back to the contact center. So Patrick is being very nice here and giving her a hint, a note as to where the cooler is that she needs to go and fix. Good example of keeping the mobile worker connected. And as we scroll down, we will see intelligence and Einstein guiding Melissa through the fix-it problem, through the stages of fixing this work order and this issue. And then we have a knowledge article, which is another key piece here. Imagine if that dishwasher repair person who came into my house had the right part and could have been suggested an article to help them fix it and not have to reschedule. This is another important connection point back to the contact center and the business of helping the field figure out what's happening. In this case, Melissa's an experienced technician. She understands that the fan is the issue. She takes out the fan, puts in the new fan, and then scans with one, very quickly the cooler that's been fixed. Just track it properly on this particular case. Really easy scanning, the barcode, terrific. So the job is done. There's one step left to do. She needs Martha to agree and acknowledge that this has been the case. So, which is really easy to do with the field service mobile app. Melissa asked Martha to go ahead and sign the work order, showing that Martha's really happy with this experience. Terrific, easily done, no problem. But something you haven't noticed here is that the whole time, Melissa's been offline. Sunrise Market, amazingly, is in a spot where there's no internet access. And so all Melissa has to do is walk out of the store, into the sunlight, and as soon as she gets connected back to the internet, those changes that she's made offline will be synced right back into Salesforce, right back into the contact center. And so that is the experience of the power of using the field service mobile app to keep your mobile workers and your field technicians always connected back to the business. Thanks, Patrick. Great job. Way under 2 hours. Okay, so we've been talking about becoming a customer trailblazer for customer service, for conversational service, with Crockpot doing one-to-one messaging and one-to-one conversations with personalized service. We saw Coca-Cola deliver intelligence service powered by Einstein. And we just walked through connected service powered by field service Lightning. Don't worry, we're almost done, ready to go. So how do you become a customer trailblazer? If you haven't already, please come join us in the Live Message Lounge. We've got the Live Message team there doing demos and talking about all the benefits of using this new capability. The campground, more demos, and one last promo for the promo code. Again, you got to hit that short URL and use that promo code at checkout, and you can add a Crockpot to your holiday shopping list. And with that, I just want to say thank you to Meredith and Patrick and Michael and Dave helping with the demos. And of course, thank you to all of you for spending some time with us this afternoon. Thanks.